Oh, sorry, you may have noticed there's a big leap in the numbers of the episodes, and that's because, sadly there have been about 3 episodes worth of footage that's been completely lost. This was due to, of all things, the summer heatwave in Britain. I came back from, a day of, being out in the sun, being incredibly, heat exhausted to death, and in my stupidity accidentally hit delete on the already completed and edited episodes that I'd finished, and the source footage, and all I had left was this really small amount of clips that I'd edited to put into a highlight compilation. So I'm going to try and explain what we've missed here and piece together what I had from that, which is under 2 minutes worth of footage. I'm really sorry. And trust me, I was kicking myself about this more than anyone else ever could. So help me God, I'm going to try and make every future episode super good to make up for this ridiculously embarrassing failure. And without further ado, let's have a quick old summary of what we missed. Previously on Final Fantasy VIII, we installed an awesome graphics improving mod by Macindus Mods. Thanks to the power of this, we are 1% closer to this remaster actually looking like a remaster. And with that, we head off to our first seed exam. This is one of the best sections of the game. I really enjoyed it. I wish I could have showed it to you guys. But luckily we have all the most important things here. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Oh, we're coming to get ya! We're coming to get ya! Hugs! By which I mean the not important things here. On this exam, our mission was to go straight into a real combat situation and get our asses completely destroyed by a giant machine spider. This must be your first real battle. You scared? I don't know. Various ridiculous things happened along the way. This is great. Have Chicken wasn't a guy who just reached puberty in my squad. I love how Cypher's first reaction is that, Squall had a fucking boner while he was knocked out from being stabbed in the face. Cypher was our squad leader for this mission, and he was absolutely terrible at his job in every possible way. You'll thank me when the time comes. You'll thank me in my incredibly high-waisted trousers. That's like a crop-top waistcoat. No wonder he's gonna stick up his arse for the whole game. He's got pants up his arse. Squad Captain Cypher, right? Where is he? He fucked off. Oh, if I remember correctly, they turn around and he's already running off into the middle of nowhere behind them. Yep! This is Salvy's first introduction to him, is because him running off screaming, "One of these days I'm going to tell you about my romantic dream! Someday I'm going to have a girlfriend! Fuck you, Squall!" Cypher, you can go eat shit. Cypher is now off in that building, currently eating shit. We had a mission to go to Dulwich, reach the communications tower, and stop the Galbaldia forces from invading. Galbaldia are going to be the enemies we're going to be fighting for this, continuing portion of the game, so it's best to establish them here. They are, super adorable, and we have all the all the footage of the scenes with Biggs and Wedge, which I had a load of fun voice acting these terribly. Be quiet, I'm busy. Likewise, mister, what do you think you're doing? Wedge, take care of these twerps! Wedge? I'm leaving! Move it, move! So, prepare for the worst, you brats! Funda! Can we finish the repairs, sir? What is the enemy doing here? Wedge, where are you? What the? Shubby. Those little twerps are the targets. Now go and destroy them. R.I.P. Rest in piss, oh sweet soul. And with all that, our mission finished with a really badass scene of Kistis completely destroying the giant spider robot with a massive Gatling gun. And I do not have a footage of that from my playthrough, but I'm taking a snippet of that from a cutscene compilation, and I'm going to shove that in. Sadly, we do not have my commentary going over it, but hopefully you guys can imagine just how yay I was about all this, because oh my god, never gets old. extremely interesting because on this mission, like, every action you take gets you points and gets graded on like an actual scale, like an actual real exam would be. I think it's a really cool bit of gameplay, and it makes sense why this section was chosen to be the demo for the game. There are actually a whole load of interesting differences between the demo version and the final version, but I'll go into it another time. Maybe that's an excuse for me to replay this section. I can replay the demo version of it and talk about the changes. That might be good. That might be a good future project. And actually the reason this whole mission took 3 whole episodes to complete is because we actually encountered our first glitches of the run. We don't have footage of the one that made us lose our save progress and have to restart the mission a few times, but we do have footage of the one that was really, really, really funny. I'm home! Ah, she just blinked out of existence! The only glitch we've seen so far with this mod is Mardink has the power of teleportation. And can we prove she didn't already have that? And with all that covered, here we go. We passed the seed exam, Cypher failed the seed exam for being an absolute douchebag and nearly getting us all killed. We head on our way back home, and now we continue the game. Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah! Finally made it back. Seriously. Seriously, I love the detailed animation. We even got Selfie checking the back of her shoes. That's kind of weird, actually, how the dudes all wear boots and the girls all wear small shoes. Is that a rule in the uniform? I don't know. So it's kind of a shame that only the girls get that weird bow tie thing. I think it looks really cool. It's a nice accented colour. A dude should get one too. I want to see what results we got for our performance in that exam. I know we definitely didn't do all the things possible to get the best score. Watching you guys, it actually really motivates me. Yeah. I appreciate you strange buff compliments, man. Just exists to make you feel apps. Walking precisely in unison as friends do. I'm kinda hungry, wanna grab something to eat? Yeah, sure. Where should we go? What about a new place where they serve that sweet stuff? Sounds good to me. Yeah, but that means I have to quit my diet again. We'll just start again tomorrow. That's what always happens. Hee ha ha hee. What is it up with this game and an obsession with having every female NPC mention they're on a diet? That's kind of weird. I want to see all the continuing stories of all these NPCs, serious. Alas, we cannot fight the card grandpa because we don't have enough cards. One of these days we'll win our Ifrit back from you. And look! Grandpa is not a JPEG anymore! Hey, did you hear? Looks like Galbaldi's real target is a communication tower. But radio signals are useless even if we get the tower to work. Oh yeah, there is some early foreshadowing of stuff that happens in Disc 2. Why is this guy particularly doing a very fabulous pose? It was on last week's exam, remember? How any form of communication using radio signals can't be used. Tempest, how do you answer that question? Signals are hazardous to your health as a worldwide signal interference. Because I know as I've played later discs of the game. It's interesting to play through and see how there was some foreshadowing for the really big twists, but because most of the foreshadowing is in NPC dialogue and stuff, it's very easy to miss. And also a lot of it isn't clearly, like, noticeable as foreshadowing, so a lot of people, like, completely missed it all on their first playthrough. I feel like even with the foreshadowing and realising it's foreshadowing, and then, like, what about signal interference? It started without warning 17 years ago. So I would communicate online and use chocobos as messengers now. Oh, I like how as I mentioned that the internet does actually exist in this world. Because it was always very unclear what a level of technology was. Like, it's clearly it's sci-fi in some ways, but in some ways it's like really low tech, like the whole thing of radio waves not working. So yeah, they do have the internet, okay. And they also have chocobo mail, that's kind of adorable. Mission complete, I think we did a pretty good job. Candidates are back safely, right? Oh, I didn't realise the Galbaldian army was after the abandoned communication tower. We just received word from the Dolitchukdom. Galbaldian army has agreed to withdraw as long as the communication tower is repaired and the uplink remains operational. I forgot this detail about, like, you win, but you have to, like, allow, like, a representative from Galbaldi to stay there and continue operating the communication tower that everyone thinks is, like, it's okay to agree to those terms because, like, no one can do anything on the communication tower after all, but then it ends up being very important later on. And, like, really, you should have just said no. But, like, it's not really like you have a choice anyway, because the Galbaldian army is fucking huge. You could have made more money if they'd stayed and caused more ruckus. Hey, you did pretty well. Oh, thank you, that's a relief. Of course, he's my best student. Oh, Kistis, thank you. It's not very social, though. How did it feel out there on the battlefield? Felt good, scared to death. Scared to death. I was so scared my knees were shaking. We are playing as Emotional Honesty Squall. That's what it's like at first. I wonder if we got extra points for being honest, because it would make sense if we did. Hey brother, how was it? Ouch, if it weren't for my chronic back pain. You always say that. So they're blocking off there so you can't go there. I think we can, the only way we can go is to go off to the infirmary. I mean the dormitory. Why do I keep getting those mixed up? I think it's because they both end in matory. Oh, here's bitch. The music just dies. Did you hear about the communication tower in Dollart? You would have been here if it weren't for that withdrawal order. No, you wouldn't. You were only looking for a fight. My dear instructor. I'm hurt. Those are rather cruel words for an aspiring student such as I. A mediocre instructor like you will never understand my romantic dream! Cypher, don't be so stuck on yourself. Get that stick out your arse right now, mister. You'll take all responsibility for leaving a designated area, as you should. Like, it's such like, Cypher spends the entire rest of the game being bitter about this, and he's like, oh, I switched to the evil side because of this, and it was entirely his own fucking fault. Isn't it the captain's duty to take the best possible action? Yeah, and you didn't. Cypher, you'll never be a seed. Calling yourself a captain is a joke. Like, seriously, this is your last chance to be a seed. You didn't even take it seriously now. It's completely understandable how you fucked up every other mission previous to this. You have nobody to blame except yourself. But still, I feel sorry for the poor guy, because he has clearly got some sort of self-confidence issues going on here. Especially sad for him when he does this like, manic half-cry, half-laugh. Cypher. You'll be disciplined for your irresponsible behaviour. But I'm not entirely without sympathy for you. See, why do people dislike Headmaster Sid? What does he do? Does he do something bad later in the game that I've forgotten about? Because seriously, so far he's just been nice and cute. And see, he's the only one who's having sympathy for Cypher, even though Cypher is being such a bitch right to his face, and he has every reason to, like, not have sympathy for him. He's being emotionally intelligent and nice and pleasant. Oh, I don't want you all to become machines. I want you all to be able to think and act for yourselves. See, did people just, like, miss the subtext that, like, Headmaster Sid is not the one who's responsible for all the bad stuff happening in the garden? Like, it's quite obvious in this scene. He's literally trying to say that, like, trying to be understanding and good to Cypher, and then the garden facility comes in and is like, you're saying too much, fuck off mate, and they just drag him off before he gets a chance to, like, have this bonding moment with his students and try and talk Cypher out of making reckless decisions. Is this just because of the fact that not many people have managed to play far enough to see the twist about the garden facility? Because, like, yeah, I think a lot of people did stop playing after Disc 1, which is understandable, but, like, don't, like, judge the game based on, like, a partial set of information of it, especially when, like, the whole reason people stopped playing, like, Disc 1 is because the later discs got worse. Like, you may as well talk about the reasons the later discs got worse, rather than, like, it is, like, yeah, you know what I mean. It's like, you may as well at least, like, look up on the wiki what happens in the parts you missed before you start go judging characters and stuff. Headmaster said you have some, business in your office. Oh, there are so many issues at hand here. Poor dude, seriously. Like, replaying the game is like, this poor headmaster's being held at ransom by this weird sushi hat man. Seed shall not act beyond the exact wording of a contract. See, very clear this guy came in specifically because Headmaster Sid was saying something nice and he's like, no, you are not allowed. We are not a non-profit organisation. This incident will be a hard-learned lesson for the Dollar Dukedom. They will now know to be more generous when hiring Seed. It's quite obvious these guys are the ones in responsibility for the bads. Like, is it just because all of my years of learning to analyse English literature and stuff like that has made, even as a kid, I was like, these guys are the bad guys, and like, I was so oblivious as a kid that I missed what half of the swear words meant in the game. All students who participated in today's field exam report to the second floor hallway. I repeat, all students who took the field exam report to the second floor hallway. Didn't you hear the announcement? Go to the second floor hallway. Didn't didn't hear any notes, I got a second far away. Alas, railroaded by sushis. I love this music too, it's such like a... It's like sort of relaxing but not. It's like there's something clearly strange going on here. It's like a bit of a downer music almost. Especially this bit where it has like a really extended, like long dragged out note. There's good music for like an uncertain situation. Like it's not necessarily like bad negative music, but it's not necessarily calming music. It's sort of like, what am I supposed to be feeling right now? Hello Fujin, hello Raijin. Rage. I'm sorry, it's not our fault Cypher like completely sabotaged his own attempts at being a seed. Fujin was saying, that'd be all your fault if Cypher doesn't become a seed. She can be pretty scary, you know. I'm sorry, it ain't my fault! We literally, we listened to Cypher's orders and we, did everything along with him and we did nothing to sabotage him. Like, we were listening to him when he was trying to break the rules. Sup. Said they're gonna call out names one at a time. Okay, we can't ask him to talk to this NPC, or if we can, targeting area is weird. Okay, can't ask him to talk to this NPC. Thump, 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 thump. Okay, we talk to that NPC, we can't talk to these NPCs? Is it gonna be like it triggers after we try and walk back out to the room again? It's kind of weird sometimes to get the triggers for these events. You know, it's like for atmospheric purposes they give us a chance to pause and stuff. Yeah, okay, here we are. It was just like if you walk near the entrance. Dinched. Cell dinched. Oh yeah! See ya! I love that pose! Ah, Tempest. Tempest from Squad B, please step forward. See, Cypher isn't even here to see if he's actually been, called or anything. He really does only have himself to blame for this, and yet I still feel sympathy for him. I'm feeling very much like Headmaster Sid right now. That is all dismissed. Ah, synchronized, no! Seriously, the animations in this game. Oh, little Grandpa do a sit. I like how they have one random NPC student. It's not just all the important characters that passed. Also, I like the animation given into the different styles of standing at attention. Zell is really standing at attention. He is putting his whole self into it, and Squall is slightly asymmetrical. He's leaning to one side like he's shy, and Southie's just standing how she normally does, she doesn't even get it at all. It really gives a lot of their personality. Zell is really into he wants to prove his best and make everyone super proud of him. Cause he seems like a rebel, but he's really not. He's he's just a good boy who has spiky fashion sense. And Squall is just automatically assuming that he's failed and he's already nervous. And Southie just doesn't get any of that. She's just perfectly happy in this whole situation. I like how they have the one NPC student with a regular standing at attention pose, so you can actually it draws more attention to the differences. First of all, congratulations. Adorable pose, thank you. However, from now on, as a member of Seed, you will be dispatched all over the world. We are proud to introduce Seed Balam Gardens Mercenary Soldiers. What is that pose, sir? Seed soldiers are combat specialists. Hand on hips. What is this pose, sir? He is every scene is how can I do even more strangely cute anime moe girl poses, and I don't even. But that is only one aspect of Seed. When the time comes, I will do even more silly poses. Headmaster, it's almost time for the meeting. Please make this short. Yeah, again, him trying to say something really important and being cut off by the garden facility. Seed is a valuable asset to garden. Reputation is solely dependent on it. It's such good foreshadowing how you have the headmaster trying to make a speech and then this one random unnamed staff member interrupts him and is fuck off, I'm making the speech instead. Handle your mission with care. Is that what you wanted to say, sir? That pose! I'm looking forward to the garden fest. Was this man intended to be cute? Seriously, I forgot that in this scene, Like, he's been, like, browbeaten by the staff members into not saying anything more, but he secretly says, like, something cute and friendly to every single person. Like, he gives them all a compliment, because, like, he's been cut off from giving them compliments, but he's like, I will secretly give you compliments anyway. I also did notice that in this scene, Zell starts, like, he starts standing even more at attention and kind of vibrating from how nervous he is. Like, some of this was just missed on the PS1 version, because you couldn't really see enough resolution to tell. Even his handing over of the results is adorable animation. Do your best, even if you don't. He even has compliments to give to the one generic character in the scene. He gives you a feeling of a headmaster like personally knows all the strengths of his students and cares so much about them. Try to control your emotions a little. Like, I wonder if he was the one who was watching over the thing and determining all of it, like him personally. Finally, a gunblade specialist! Yay! Thus ends the seed inauguration. Dismissed! Oh, Zell! Oh, you! I love his weird little butt pose. Oh, Tempest, let me give you this. It's a battle meter. Access a menu and you'll see battle reports in the information section of a tutorial. May come in handy for future battles. Yay! That's something I will never use. But I'm happy to receive a gift from you, sir. It's expected you'll be using quite a number of GFs along the way. Be sure to ignore all GF criticism you hear from other gardens or military forces. In retrospect, it's very, very obvious that these guys are secretly evil. Spin! Someone save this man, seriously. He is just a nice and pleasant uncle figure. I love it! Oh, I forgot that he and Sal and Selfie both dancing together. Oh, was this the moment they became friends? That's sweet. Like, seriously, they are the cutie club of a team. After 7 years of suffering, my chance has finally arrived. Oh, what? Tempest? I'll be the ruler of this god. Oh, I was gonna say I believe in you, NPC man, but he's like, I'm gonna take over the world. I like that, and I don't think I ever clicked on this guy when I played the game as a kid. I didn't know he had secret world domination wishes. I love it. Seed. Yo, Tempest, let's get back to class. What do you mean, why? Don't you remember what new seed members do? They give a speech in front of the entire class, and after that, the inauguration party! Oh, I'm so happy to see these guys having fun. I'm glad. See, you two really deserved it. Cypher did not, sadly. I don't think Cypher would have joined in the happy dance party anyway. Like, seriously, where is the cute little yellow tie for the dudes? What? I fucking forgot this! Oh. Oh. Oh my heart! I did not expect that, holy fuck. How do I even react to it? Like, yeah, I guess they did foreshadow early on that Cypher is, like, not all bad. Because, like, that was really sweet. Like, you expected him to cause a scene, but instead he was the one who led the clapping. That's a really good moment. This game is really good. Like, literally that was a moment where they showed, like, the entire implication and tone of a scene entirely through good animation. I love it. Oh, like, good judgment points. Okay. Spirit and attitude. I don't know what half of these mean, but, Born of the Future popping in to say, I went and researched this, and this is what they all mean. First one, amount of time it took to finish the Dollop mission. For this, if you finish it faster, you actually get more points. I was actually wrong. It's only the mission with Ifrit where you get more points for finishing it slower. Second one, Judgment, is how many points you get for Ifrit. The weirdest thing is that you're supposed to get more points for finishing it slower, but as you can see in my playthrough, I didn't manage to finish it at the maximum amount of slowness, so I'm not sure why I've got 100 here. I think my save file must have glitched out at some point when I was adding in all the mods. I have no idea. Either that or the conditions for it have been changed between the remaster and the original version. I don't know. Third one, attack. It means how many enemies did you defeat during the mission. I'm not actually sure how many we got for this because I had to redo the mission twice, and I think by the end of it I was just rushing through it, so I think our final score was probably a lot less enemies defeated than we actually saw on screen during the playthrough. Fourth one, Spirit, is how many times you ran during battles and all. On the wiki it says this counts how many times you escaped from the giant spider robot thing, but you have to escape from it if it battles you, so I know definitely there was that point on the bridge where like there was no way you could get around it. You went to it and then it jumped behind you, and then if you turned around and ran the other way, then like you had nowhere to go because you couldn't exit back out the area again. If I got docked points for that, then like I said, there is some sort of secret way you could have avoided that one situation where you cannot avoid a battle with it. The last one, Attitude, is the one that's affected by the most different things. This like covers like every single bit of choice that you make during the actual like story sections of it. All the rest of it was just so weird. Like you're getting judged for what you're doing in the Ifrit section and everything. According to the wiki, things that can change this is not listening to Cypher when he gives you orders, trying to do things before Cypher, talking to too many people while you're talking, like, and again, it's got a thing like if you talk to Dalit soldiers, you don't get dock points. If you talk to other seed candidates, you do get dock points. Apparently, you lose points if you don't save the dog, but we always save the dog. Like that was a movie. Like, no matter how much I'm rushing through, I've got to save the dog. The biggest penalty is that obviously that optional ending where you hide in the pub and let the spider monster attack all the other contestants, which like. Duh. But we got a lower score on this because it is hard to lie and tell Cypher that he's making good decisions. But also, apparently you get like a really big point deduction for jumping off a cliff like Selfie, and also for talking to Biggs after you defeated him. So like, I was being punished for liking the characters I like. There was no way I could have possibly avoided those deductions. You cannot force me to play a game in a way where I don't appreciate the cute characters. I don't know, I think I'm interested in like finding a video, see if anyone's actually done like, this is what you have to do to get the perfect score on there. I got a decent result, hooray! But I didn't get high results for attack because like I didn't take out the boss myself. But oh well. As a seed member, you will be paid a salary at regular rate. Seed rank goes up according to your action in battle. Some action will call you back. Yeah, the game is very unclear, but apparently certain things you do during fights and story scenes later on will cause your rank to go up. I could never figure it out as a kid, it just seemed like it went up and down randomly. It's very frustrating because it's your primary source of money in the entire game. Ha! Found you! Well, what do you think? My seed uniform! Yay! She get changed too, we have a party to go to. Did she just come here to say hi to us? Sorry, does this imply that she's our roommate? I guess that makes sense because, like, this bunk was empty at the start of the game when we went in to look around it. Communal area. To get changed, we have the party to go to. Oh yeah, wasn't the party the first place we ended up meeting Renoa? And having that really dorky scene of Score being like, I don't dance, and then being super adorable. Oh yeah, I forgot the detail is different between the male and female seed uniforms. But yeah, I like the chain that they have linking the weird shoulders on the male uniform, but I also really like the shoulders like being a blazer part in the middle on the female. And again, only the girls get the ties. Like, the ties look really cool, but that's the opposite of how the rules were in my school, where only boys got the ties. It was a shame, because the ties would show the colours of your school houses on them, and then you didn't really have anything like that as a girl. You only had the colours of, I think, was it your gym uniform or was it your summer uniform? But yeah, I really appreciate this game lets you have multiple costumes, but you can't choose them freely. Instead, it's only during certain story cutscenes. Hey, looking good! Alright, let's hit that party! I appreciate Selfie's friendship with Squall, honestly. He deserves to have a bunch of cute friends helping him, get out of his shell a bit. I like that. Why can't that be my uniform? I love her. Like a two-tone waistcoat. That's really cute. Just Squall just staring into space, looking like he's fucking dying from the social interaction. Just shoveling champagne down his gullet. Mood. Sup, Tempest? Heh, I guess we're both seeds now, huh? The uniform suits you really well, Zal. Oh, you still do that? Aw, put it there, man. Well, you're holding the wrong hand out, 'cause that's the hand he's got his drink in. But what's he gonna do, just slap his champagne into your hand? Ah, even as a seed, you're still the same. By the end of the game, he will have changed a little. Well, that's typical of you. Oh, I can't remember. Does the end of the game have any moment where he actually does shake hands with Zal? Because that would be a really good sign of character growth. See ya. Why can't I choose to date Zal, honestly? Like, I appreciate that your actual love interest also is, like, a peppy character who helps bring out his shell, but there are, like, several other characters like that. Like, oh my god, I date Zell or Selfie. Or, like, anyone in the party, honestly. Except Kistis, because that seems all... Oh, hey, Zell, what are you trying to... Oh, yeah, I forgot. Everyone has the same reveal as Kistis, where they ended up being, like, adopted siblings in the end. So, yeah, no, it makes sense that nobody in the party is, like somebody you can date except the one who wasn't part of that. But, like, they could have introduced some other characters who weren't part of that, because it does... That was one of the big complaints of the game, is how contrived it was that every single party member, except one, were all characters who were, like, secret adopted siblings, and they all just happened to get amnesia and forget. And, like, yeah, it's like, if they had reduced him out and been like, oh, like, 3 of us were adopted siblings and had amnesia and forgot, that would be maybe a little bit more plausible, at least. Because, like, there is a magical reason for the amnesia, but still it seems implausible that, like, so many people would have the amnesia and never realise they had the amnesia, and never run into any circumstances to let them realise they had the amnesia, and, yeah. Oh, hey, Zal, wanna join the Garden Festival Committee, and... Sorry, I just remembered something, gotta go, see ya. I wonder if I was supposed to come off as Zell having a bit of a crush on Selfie, or is it just that he doesn't want to join the Garden Festival Committee? Because I don't know, it feels like he would enjoy it. Tempest, hi! Just slowly meeting all of our cheerful friends. Yay. And then Squall just saying, like, oh god, not more cheerful friends, please remove them. Squall is hiding behind this text box. We're busy with a lot of seed stuff, but work hard on the Garden Festival too. Bye. Oh, it does acknowledge that we did say yes to join the Garden Festival Committee earlier. That's good. Oh yeah, here's a cutscene where you get an early, like, preview of Renoa. I've heard apparently her name was supposed to be Lenore, which is like an actual name, which would also be the rendered the same in Japanese. But I don't know if that's true or not. I just know that Ultimecia was definitely supposed to be Artemisia. I don't know why they changed that. I guess maybe to make it sound cooler as a boss name, which I can respect that. The best I forgot this is literally the introduction to the character. I'm going to screenshot this because this was a meme about taking a screenshot of the original game where he's incredibly low resolution, and this, and just like, yeah, I forgot it's literally the introduction to her was just her just being a bit shallow and only approaching us because we're pretty. That's a bit of a shame. Dance with me? I remembered it being more cute and there being more of a reason why she was like trying to like, yeah, let me guess, she'll only dance with someone you like. Okay then. Look into my eyes. You're going to like me. You're going to like... I have totally forgotten this. Was Renoa secretly a weirdo the entire time? I say it as the highest compliment. Like, I don't remember anything at all about Renoa's personality, except that she was a love interest and everyone hated her because she was a love interest. And, like, I don't remember anything else about her personality. But was she actually, like, a cute dork the entire time and I totally forgot? Like, this, it does come off as kind of weird how she's, like, hitting on a guy who's not interested in being all creepy, but, like, it's weird in the dorky way, but it seems like she's a bit socially awkward and doesn't understand what she's doing, which is much more relatable. Did it work? I can't dance. You'll be fine, come on. I'm looking for someone, I can't be on the dance floor alone. So yeah, the start of a romance was someone coming up and hitting on you and not taking no for an answer and forcing you into dancing. That's kind of a shame in retrospect. I always thought this scene was cute about how Squall was really bad at dancing. And like, by the end of it he ends up getting into it. But like, in retrospect, he has a reason to be incredibly nervous dancing because like, he was there being not good at parties and not wanting to be there and she forced him into it, so like... If people disliked her character because of that, then I would understand, but I've never heard anyone mention that. God, she's definitely leading. Oh god, yeah, and she pulls him back when he tries to leave. This isn't romantic, this is kind of creepy. That's such a shame, I saw this scene as so actually romantic and cute as a kid. So I just saw it as like an awkward guy who's like learning to loosen up because like he meets a cute girl, but then I forgot that she like forced him into it in the first place. That was kind of creepy. Like, yeah, this moment where he gets into it and it all becomes cute. Like, the context of this, like, oh, without the context of the scene leading up to it, if it was, like, him actually dancing with a friend or something, or even, like, if she just introduced him and like, charmed him into it, rather than being like, you are going to dance with me and I'm not taking no for an answer. Like, at least she did it in a weird and quirky way, but, like, still. Like... I have never seen anyone dislike Renoa for the reason of, like, she was pushing herself into a relationship with a guy who didn't want it. I just realised, in this scene, was she doing this to make Cypher jealous? Because you find out later that she had a crush on Cypher and wanted him to ask her out. Like, was she doing this expecting Cypher would be at the party and trying to, like, show up? And then did she end up leaving school because she saw Cypher in the background? That's something I've never realised in any playthrough of this game. That makes Renoa seem even more of an arsehole in that scene. Because I was thinking, why is she suddenly hitting on a complete stranger and forcing him to dance? Like, she said, I need to find someone to dance with, I can't be seen alone. So yeah, was this her trying to, like, make Cypher jealous, like, rather than just asking him out like a normal person? Where are all the videos judging Renoa for this? Instead it's just like, oh, she's a Mary Sue, she's too perfect, she's too nice and girly, and like... Seriously, Renoa, get some character development later on. Like, that was just rude when you think about it.